Hello everyone, myself Amandeep Kaur and my student ID is YME3003. I'm here to present my presentation for corporate accounting subject on topic of accounting for income tax. Let's proceed further. Firstly, I will let you know about my company. For the purpose of this report, the selected company is CSL Limited. CSL Limited is an Australian originated biotechnological company which is involved in development and delivery of such medicines that are used in curing rare maladies, offering such treatment for people with diseases such as related to immunology and neurology, hematology and thrombosis, cardiovascular and metabolic, respiratory and transplant therapeutic areas. The department it operates with include manufacturing of such medicines, marketing and development of plasma related therapies, conducting research and development into such world of plasma and non-plasma related illnesses, and makes and markets its products under its own name and also sells out its underpinned theories for realities all around the globe. The company remains within the top 20 listed companies of Australia and has also been named within the top 100 companies throughout the globe for diversity and inclusion. The annual financial reports of year 2018 to 2019 and 2017 to 2018 will be used for preparing this report ahead. First of all, we will get familiar with the important concepts. Accounting profit. Accounting profit is the reported income of an organization within the income statement that has been drawn in accordance with the AASB regulations. Taxable profit is the income of an organization which is subject to tax in accordance with the AASB regulations. There is a difference in both the accounting profit and taxable profit. The difference is there may be a differences while recognizing revenues and expenses for the period for tax purposes and general accounting differences. The difference in the said two profits or income may also occur due to difference in carrying tax-based values for assets and liabilities. Furthermore, it's the temporary differences. Temporary differences relate to variance between the carrying value of an asset or liability within the financial statements and the related tax base. It is further classified into two types. First is deductible temporary difference and the taxable temporary difference. Deductible temporary difference relates to such differences which remain for a temporary period and tend to yield in such amounts which may be deductible in the foreseeable future. Whereas taxable difference is another difference which is of temporary nature, which unlike deductible temporary difference will yield taxable amounts in the foreseeable future. Deferred tax liability. It is when an entity books a higher profit than that of the taxable income, it ends up paying lesser tax for the period, where in such case it is required to pay higher taxes in the future, hence creating a deferred tax liability into the books of accounting as a liability that has to be discharged in the foreseeable future. The another one is deferred tax asset. Similarly, in a vice versa situation, when an entity books lesser profit than that of the taxable income for the given profit, the entity ends up paying higher tax for the period that it is evaluating and is to receive a reduced tax adjustment in future, which allows the entity to book a deferred tax asset into the accounting books of the company. Now we will talk for the tax findings. According to the available information from the financial statements of CSL Limited, deferred tax liabilities are recognized in such manner to meet the taxable temporary differences that arise between the taxable income and the accounting profit for the period. The deferred tax asset is recognized when there is a temporary deductible difference between the accounting profit and the taxable income. A difference in tax value and actual expense is due to the effects of different rates that have been levied on the international income and the tax credits or rebates for the purposes of research and non-deductible related expenses. Further, we will talk about the temporary difference and the permanent difference in taxation against the accounting profit. The temporary difference between the accounting backed income and taxable income arise when there is a carrying value difference between the books of the entity and as per the taxation related entries. On the contrary, the permanent difference in taxation occurs when there are differences between the tax being paid and financial accounting and reporting of such revenues and booked expense related items, which will not be allowed in the future as well. Furthermore, we will talk about the CSL tax figures which we have calculated from the financial reports. So let's talk about the CSL's tax expense. It is about $422.4 million for year 2018 to 19 and $552.3 million for year 2017 to 18. Moving further, the deferred tax for year 2018 to 2019 is $378.7 million, and for the previous years ending at 2018 it is $401.3 million. The deferred tax liability in year ending 2019 was $168.7 million, whereas for the previous year it was $193.7 million. And the net deferred tax for year 2 ending 2019 it was 210 million, and for year 2017 to 2018 it was 207.6 million. Income tax paid and payable. The income tax expense for the period ended June 30, 2019 for CSL Limited amounts to $422.4 million, and for the previous year it was $552.3 million. However, when it is looked for into the cash flow statements, the amount paid during the period as per cash flow statement comes out to be $527.7 million, and for previous year it was $424.6 million, showing a difference of $105.3 million being extra paid for the year ending 2019 and $127.7 million paid for the year 2017 to 2018. Now we will discuss about CSL tax treatment. It was felt that treatment for tax accounting or accounting for income tax with deferred tax entries were difficult to handle and understand. But having shown from this report, the perspective has now changed that if the entity is taking entries of all relevant information correctly through the right expertise, the overall picture presented can be easily made available. Additionally, the learning part was the reconciliation that was drawn by the entity, how the breakup of accounting profits related possible tax was matched through the differences that were undertaken, for example, the non-deductible expenses. Last but not the least, we concluded that having understood the concepts of the accounting for income tax through concepts in the coursework and then used the same with the report of the ASX based listed entity that has provided an informative case within the financial statements, the conceptual reading translated into the real experience has added up to the understanding of the concepts further. The more explanatory notes that the company provides within its financial statements, easier it becomes for the readers to understand the report and the flow. Thank you.